have you here at the opening of NextFab's third location in Wilmington, Delaware. We are also very pleased to have these VIP speakers here with us to help open the doors and cut the ribbon for our grand opening. We'll be starting with the Governor of the State of Delaware, John Carney. Born in Wilmington, Governor Carney has been working for the Delaware people for over 30 years. In the House of Representatives, Governor Carney supported the Make It in America agenda to help resurrect manufacturing jobs. Certainly a perfectly poised partner for NextFab. Next, we have the Mayor of the City of Wilmington, Delaware, Michael Pierzecki. I knew I was going to get that wrong. Is it Pierzecki? Elected in 2016, he's Wilmington's 56th mayor. A former Blue Hen with the football scholarship for the University of Delaware. Thankfully, he ended his football career and joined the likes of real estate development and became an attorney for the state of Delaware. Mike is dedicated to resurrecting jobs in Wilmington and seeing the city flourish, another perfectly poised partner for NextFab. Next, we have Dr. Carrie Gray, who I'd say we really wouldn't be here without her extreme partnership and help. For the past 12 years, she has served as the managing director of Wilmington Renaissance Corporation and has worked with WRC to announce its ambitious project in the 24-year history to create a creative district in the underutilized neighborhood of West Market Street, facilitating the revitalization of this neighborhood and infusing new residential and unique workspace opportunities for current residents, artists, makers, and tech innovators. We are so pleased to have a partnership with her, and we would likely not be able to pull this off again without her input and help. Next, we have our founder of NextFab, Dr. Evan Malone. So many doctors. Evan holds a Bachelor of Arts degree in physics from the University of Pennsylvania and a Master of Engineering, Master of Science, and Doctor of Philosophy degrees in Mechanical and Systems Engineering from Cornell University. His research activities have spanned autonomous mobile robotics, say that 3 times, and 3D printing of electromechanical devices and biological materials. Now, he's building a home for others to do the same. He's the founder and president of NextFab, for a for-profit social enterprise which develops and operates a network of makerspaces, now 3, which provides direct access to advanced manufacturing technology, technical training, product development services, and business acceleration and incubation services. Lastly, we have one of our newest members, Amira Idres. Graduate of University of Delaware with a biomedical engineering degree, she has a concept of pain alleviation for amputees and expressed very, very early interest in NextFab. She actually, I think, was a part of a Philadelphia-based business accelerator program and commuted from Wilmington to Philadelphia for a long time. So she was stalking the opening of this location. And we're super excited for her participation here and to see her future. So let's give a round of applause, everybody, for the VIP speakers. And handing it over to the governor.
Thank you very much. I'm delighted to be here with all of you. In particular, I have our acting director of the Delaware Economic Development Office, which is in transition, Saran Cade. Saran, why don't you come up front since you brought the check here. This morning when I was coming out of the Central Y after my workout, there's a little family that comes across Pennsylvania Avenue, goes down past the Y and on to their school in the morning. And this morning, just as I was coming out, it started pouring rain. And one of the little kids started singing, "Rain, rain, go away, come back another day." And it stopped. So I'm going to give that little fella credit for stopping the rain so that we can have this exciting announcement today. I couldn't be more excited as your governor to be part of this partnership. We've been working hard with Mayor Purzycki to bring positive things to our city of Wilmington, which is the economic center of the state of Delaware. As goes the city of Wilmington, so goes the state. And so we partner on a lot of issues from education to social services to economic development, and that's why we're here today. About a year ago, I visited the NextFab space up in Philadelphia, and Evan, I was just blown away to see the co-working space that was made available for entrepreneurs, ordinary citizens, and the like. And for us here, if you think about how important this is, it's about that young lady right there who's got an incredible degree and expertise that she's going to bring to this co-working space. And it kind of summarizes for us, I think, the point of all this, which is to bring young folks into our city, to bring their talents where they can cultivate them in space behind us, stay here and help us grow our city in very positive ways. So I couldn't be more excited to be part of this. I'm a former lieutenant governor, so I have some expertise in ribbon cutting. It's kind of what we do as lieutenant governor. But as governor, couldn't be happier to be here with the mayor, with the folks from Wilmington Renaissance, with Evan, with those who are stepping into this new space, and with all of you to develop a really positive level of excitement for our city. The mayor's identified West Center City, which I think this is almost part of, as his first neighborhood stabilization area. And we at the state are more than eager to participate and to help out. We've got a lot of exciting things coming. This is a great first step, but I look forward to cutting this ribbon. Thank you so much.
Thank you, John. What you didn't get is 2 minutes before my name was mentioned, I said, there's no way she's going to get this right. Sure enough. Amira, I got to tell you, a PhD in pain alleviation will be very valuable around here. Just come see the office. I wonder if it works on political headaches. And before I say anything, let me introduce Hanifa Shabazz, our president of council, here with us. We have a great team at the city, all working for the first time in a long time. We think everybody with their shoulder to the wheel trying to do it together. Let's see, Dr. Evan, I spend half my time just being impressed with guys like you who are just way smarter than I am, and I know that that's the way the world is. You know, there is, I've got a bunch of old grouchy friends, and, you know, people my age that kind of sit around, they're just like the movie, remember the old movie, what was it, Grumpy Old Men, right? I mean, I was like, they're grumpy old men. I mean, I took a picture one day, said, this is what you look like. This, you know, like, oh, rah, rah, rah. And so with them, it's like, you know, and I'm tired of this cell phone stuff and this computer stuff and everything else. And it's a whole generation of people who are resisting change. They're resisting where the world's going because they're not a part of it. They want to resist it. I, on the other hand, I'm not a part of it, but I marvel at it. I just sit looking every day and say, wow, unbelievable that you can do that. And I'm so excited about it. You know, people ask a lot of questions about the city. One of the questions I get most often, especially from young people, is what are you going to do to attract young people to the city? What are you going to do to attract this next generation of exciting entrepreneurs who want to come to the city? And, you know, it is our duty. It is what we have to be doing to create an environment where we get young people to come here and exercise their creative ability and enjoy Wilmington. And that's what we want to do. My son's in this world. My son's in the digital marketing world. I have no idea what a meme is or why people look at memes, but he's got 36 million people who look at their memes every day. And they sell the access to this world. And it's fantastic, but it's something that it excites me. And it's where all of our opportunity is going forward. So all I want you to know is this, is that your city stands ready to embrace you. We are thrilled to have you here. We're going to be far better than you think, than you're expecting. We are really going to do something about West Center City right behind you. We're going to build this community. We are going to make this community safe. We are going to strengthen our neighbors. We're going to have our police over there, but that's only half the job. The other job is we're going to get people to stop committing crimes. We're going to get them to work. I sat down with the chamber today and got them to commit that we will help you put people to work. Yes, we know we have problems, but we know that the only solution is not to judge people, but to help them, give them a hand up, and that's what we're going to do. So thanks for having me. Thanks for energizing my day, Evan, and look forward to hearing from you.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you all so much for being with us today and helping us welcome Evan and the NextFab team to Wilmington and to celebrate this amazing facility that they've built. I want to add my thanks to Governor Carney and Mayor Krasicki for being with us as well. It really has absolutely been a team effort among all of our entities to make this happen, and I can't thank you both enough for your support of our work and the support of our small but mighty staff as we work together on this and other projects in West Center City as well. It was 3.5 years ago when a group of WRC staff and a handful of board members traveled to Philadelphia and visited NextFab. We all walked through the facility completely amazed at what we saw, and when we finished the tour, we had the opportunity to sit down with Evan and his team and to learn more and ask questions. When Evan said the words, I was actually just down in Wilmington a couple of weeks ago meeting with some scientists there. We talked about their need for some space to experiment or even a makerspace. I think little did he know the courtship and frankly the stalking that would begin. Needless to say, this is an incredibly important moment for Wilmington's creative district and the creative community that is only growing here. Evan and his team saw the potential here in Wilmington and so in ways that others might not have. And we've been incredibly grateful for their partnership and their vision. When we went to them and suggested a series of workshops for local artists so that our creative community could gain access to this incredible space in order to see how it might help them hone and grow their craft, they jumped right on board. And with support from the Delaware Division of the Arts, and I see Paul Wiegraff is here today, our Innovation Workshop Series is already underway with 26 local artists participating. I know a few of them are here today. You want to raise your hand and wave? Jason and James, I know are here. Further, we propose that we create a program called Next Makers, which would provide a NextFab scholarship for Wilmington youth ages 16 to 24 so that they can come to the facility, learn the tools and equipment, and gain job readiness skills. And again, NextFab jumped right on board. And that program has received support from Capital One, WSFS Bank, and many private donors, and the application process will open this summer, and the program will launch this fall. NextFab is joining an incredible co-working community, and they're helping to round out the entrepreneurial ecosystem here in Wilmington and in Delaware. When the Coin Loft pioneered co-working 7 years ago, I don't think anyone imagined the riches of entrepreneurial spaces that we would now have in Wilmington in 1313 Innovation, The Mill, Factory Berlin, and Artist Avenue Station. We have such a wonderfully ripe environment for everyone from a creative entrepreneur with an idea to a growing startup. And with NextFab in the mix, it can only mean even greater things for Wilmington and for Delaware. I'll close by saying that I think it's incredibly poignant that on Flag Day, of all days, we cut the ribbon on NextFab. And you might say, why Flag Day? Where's she going with this? So this is the day that honors and celebrates the American flag in its current iteration as the country's official flag. The flag that was officially adopted was handmade by Betsy Ross, who was a maker and a furniture upholsterer. So today, we celebrate Wilmington's future of making on the day that celebrates the product of one of our earliest makers. Thank you again for all being here, and I hope you're able to stay and enjoy a tour. Thank you.
So that was a tough act to follow. So, good day, everybody. Thank you so much for taking time to be here, sweltering in the hot sun for a little bit. We'll try to make it quick so we can get inside, take a tour around. I want to thank especially Governor Carney and Mayor Krasicki Dr. Gray, Amira, who you'll hear from in a moment. It's really been a team effort, as Carrie said. And thank you all for your inspiring words. I'm Dr. Evan Malone. I'm the founder and president of NextFab. It's hard for me to believe I've been doing this for 8 years. This is, I think, the 4th time I've given an opening speech like this. It's an emotional moment every time. It's a huge amount of work to get here. But before I start, is everybody familiar with what NextFab does? Raise your hand if you're not. Everybody knows. Okay, that's great. And that's it. Thank you. I do want to say a few words on that nonetheless. So what we do is we provide places like this, but it's not just a place. You know, it's filled with hardware and software tools, but also a team of friendly experts who provide training and support, all aimed to help anyone, and I mean anyone, no prerequisites required, to learn new skills, turn ideas in their heads into something physical, something real. Could be a piece of furniture, a work of art, or a new high-tech product like Amira's working on. And also to prosper by selling their work, learning new skills that can lead to better employment, or maybe starting a business. Best of all, we connect people to each other. So this is really a foil for connecting people to each other. We build a community that is about sharing, learning, and helping each other succeed. It's something about making things side by side with someone else, or being in a space where other people are making things. It just breaks down barriers, enables people who would never have thought that they had anything in common to start to look through the surface and see who's there on the other side and really find ways to support each other. It's quite an uplifting thing to be a part of. It's a power for good. I mean, I felt, you know, in times of political turmoil, or, you know, when the crime rates are going up, coming inside of a NextFab space it's transformative. It's like an oasis, positive thinking and capability. So I invite you all to come back here in coming months and see what it's like, be a part of it, you know, join us for an event or join us to be a member. Come make some furniture or something like that. The community here is not going to be in isolation. It's going to be connected to our community in Philadelphia. The two will infuse each other with excitement and energy, and amazing things are going to happen. So roughly 3 years ago, and Carrie told this story, I'm going to tell it from my side. I had no connection to Wilmington. It was kind of a stop on the way further south to other things. We did have a little project with DuPont, and I didn't actually come into the city for that. Right? It was just out in one of their facilities outside. But Carrie came by with a team of people from WRC, visited us in Philadelphia, and infected me with her and their enthusiasm and vision for the great things that Wilmington could become, and already was. I guess we shouldn't neglect that. I visited the city. I met many great people working together and committed to making Wilmington a success story, making it prosper. It's a movement I really wanted to be a part of. I wanted to see it succeed. But unfortunately, building places like this is complicated, exhausting, and very, very expensive as well. So we were struggling to figure out how to make it happen. So fortunately, Carrie was able to connect us to Tim McLaughlin and Bernice Whaley at Dido. And they recommended to us that we apply for the Delaware Strategic Fund. So although grant applications are never fun, the state did a tremendous job with this. It was one of the easiest grant applications I think I've ever gone through. And really, if it were any easier, I'd feel guilty accepting this award. But it was just right. So, without the $350,000 that the state and the taxpayers of Delaware have entrusted to us, this project would not have happened. So thank you. Thank you all very much. So finding a building was a bit challenging as well. We had a couple of false starts. Jed, where are you, Jed?
Right here.
There you are, Jed. So if it were not for Jed and Colonial Parking and their patience and, you know, absorbing some costs associated with our mistakes, we would not have been able to make it to this particular building and indeed secure it so that we could actually have a secure home base to build the space. So thank you, Jed. Thank you, Colonial. I also think you'll be very happy to know that we're deeply committed to the success of Wilmington. We've already invested approximately $700,000 of our own capital on top of the grant money. And that was spent largely in Delaware, and a fair amount of that with Wilmington-based companies. So such as Marinelli Contracting, who I see right back there. So Mike had to juggle a lot of complexity. This is more than a kind of typical retail space or residential space in complexity. So, well done. I know it was, rough at times, but we're here. So in summary, none of this would have happened without Dr. Gray and Wilmington Renaissance, without the financial support of the state, without the great community in the city of Wilmington, without the tolerance of the city government for a complex and novel project like this. Again, there was some explanation to do, but we made it. We have a great team of employees that are going to be running this location, led by Kate Brown. She was right there. There she is. You'll meet them shortly inside. 2 of them are Delaware residents, and I believe the other 2 are considering that actively as well. They'll be supported by our team in Philadelphia, and we'll be offering technical and business services here as we do in Philadelphia, including business acceleration and incubation. As a peek into what's to come from those services, I'm thrilled to be followed up by an amazing young entrepreneur, graduate of UDEL, Amira Idris, who's currently in our Business Accelerator program in Philadelphia, but I believe planning on relocating down here after she completes that program, which is just a couple weeks away. Her company, VTA, will likely be the first of many great companies to call this location home. So thank you all very much, and I'm going to hand it off to Amira.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Amira Idris. I am the CEO and founder of Vibrating Therapeutic Apparel, also known as VTA. And what we do is we develop drug-free wearable devices to help people with amputated limbs manage post-amputation pain using vibration therapy. And as Evan had mentioned, we are also part of the NextFab Rapid Hardware Accelerator in Philadelphia. When I first learned about the Hardware Accelerator program, because I had a prototype that I was working out of the University of Delaware Horn Program in Entrepreneurship when I initially came up with the idea. And it was time for me to grow out and move to the next stage of really starting my company and building my business. And I learned about what NextFab was doing with their Hardware Accelerator program. I applied and I got in, and it's really been an amazing experience to have expertise in building my prototype and building my business, and also being able to collaborate with some of the connections that NextFab have and the other businesses that are part of the accelerator program. So I'm really, as Antoinette had mentioned, I've actually been stalking NextFab to come to Wilmington because, as I said, I've been commuting a lot from Delaware to Philadelphia to be part of the accelerator program. And I really wish that there was that type of resource right here in Wilmington. So it was really amazing to find out that they were coming here. And I'm really excited to be part of it and to start moving in as soon as possible, actually. And I just want to thank Evan and Delaware for making this happen. And my connection with Delaware is, as you mentioned earlier, I am a recent graduate from the University of Delaware. I got my bachelor's in biomedical engineering in 2015. And then I got my master's in entrepreneurship and design in 2016 because, again, I really wanted to see how far I could get my product out there. So thank you, everyone, for coming, and I look forward to the amazing things that we're going to be doing here in NextFab. Thank you.